suitable for me. I agree to this option. I also have a boyfriend who wants to renew his relationship with me. I'm thinking about starting to date him again. And also, all my married wealthy friends bring their mistresses here, and I let them use the bedroom on the first floor for their meetings. In return, they give me clients for my other real estate business. So this is your kind of barter, she said, smiling. Well, it's not bad how everything is coordinated with you. Ha ha ha. I'll give you money next time you come here. I just don't have cash right now. So maybe we can go to the ATM in the morning? No, I don't need to be dragged anywhere in the morning. Okay, good night. God, Margo thought, if he evaluates everyone like that, is there any benefit for him? Then how can I keep him near me? Sex? Yes, but maybe this is not the most important thing for him, though. So she decided to give him role-playing games in the future, since she can't give him anything other than them. She decided to continue playing bondage and maid and nurse with him. The next morning she composed herself quietly and told him not to get up and continue to sleep. But he got up to open the garage door. What a sleepy, sweet little baby he was. He wrapped a bath towel around his torso and set her free. He offered her his lips, reaching out in pout, and she left. Again it seemed to her that this was the end. She didn't text for almost a week, and neither did he. But on Friday she wished him a happy Friday, that was the custom here, and a good weekend. About 5 hours later he replied, "You too, thank you. I hope your mother-in-law is okay." She wrote back that she was very grateful, and that everything was fine with her. This means he is still there, he has not left, and we can continue. Plans arose to get as many more restaurant outings as possible and a Guess handbag, which she had long wanted. Chapter Hindu. Margo understood that she couldn't waste a minute or a second of her time and continue searching for sugar daddy. Arriving home, she wrote on the site to an old Indian with whom she had been corresponding for quite some time. I want to meet you on Saturday for lunch, let's do it at 12 noon. Okay, as long as you don't play games with me. Yes, some games of course not. Okay, see you tomorrow. In the middle of the day, Margo parked her car near a small shopping center. Waiting for her, as she expected, was an old man shorter than her with a bald head and wearing a rather bright sweater. The first thing that caught my eye was that he hardly smiled. They went to a nearby cafe. Did she feel embarrassed when she walked next to him? Well, a little, yes. The conversation was quite short-lived. He asked what she wanted. She replied that she would like to find a man who gives her money on a weekly basis. When he asked how much, she answered without hesitation $400, but he immediately said $200. Don't ask me about my past and present, and I won't ask. Okay, I usually do without drama. In return, I promise to be obedient. So, for 2 weeks, almost every day, Margo took a selfie of her magnificent pussy and sent it to the old deviant. He clearly sent her money on Wednesdays. By the end of 2 weeks, she had accumulated $500 per photo. But even in the third week, he regularly sent another $200, saying that he was leaving but would continue to send cash, and would inform about his arrival in the form of SMS when he returned. Margo thought, oh how good, I will receive money quietly and without a photo, it's just wonderful, it couldn't be more wonderful. She hoped that the old idiot would forget about the transfers and leave them on. This would be the most ideal option. A week passed, Margo waited for a text message from the old man, Flower, but it never came. I wish it was Wednesday, she thought to herself, to find out if another portion of free money would be credited to her account. She really needed them since she no longer had work in court. Chapter Work. After kissing her supervisor goodbye on the cheek, Margo left her workplace at 2:30 p.m. The new girl employee whom Margo trained for 2 weeks has already started working full-time. The girl, an intern or trainee, turned out to be a smart 22-year-old, full-breasted, chubby and fat, grasping everything on the go. She quickly mastered the essence of the work and was already getting used to the team. She'll probably stay for a long time, thought Margo, and I probably won't be able to get my old job back, at least at the rate. Oh, this machine for reducing personnel costs, how many good, kind, purposeful people it has mowed down. Ha ha. In short, all of which could be cut, they cut them. But the boss promised 1 day of work per week and asked Margo to come to work on March 27th, since everyone would be at the training. It's good for the tax, but for the monthly maintenance of the child and myself, I had to work hard in the massage parlor. Okay, let's get through it, Margo decided. The plans included several frightening but necessary expenses in the form of repairing a car, a broken laptop, teeth made up the main and largest part of the expenses. Oh well, what can you do is the equivalent of our great mighty Russian language. Fear fills the eyes, while the hands take action. See, naturally, with the help of a massage parlor and several lovers from the daddy site, everything had to go smoothly. But there is an opportunity. Relax. Become multifaceted and not monotonous single track. Clean and fix the house. Take care of the garden. Do interior design of the house. Take on a rested look. Sparkle in the eyes. And the biggest and most important thing in life is to heat up the state with tax-free money. Do not work 6 days a week. Do fitness at home. Get yourself in good physical shape. Hooray! Long live freedom from official work. Chapter with Alex Green. Can you come to me at 7:30 p.m.? Yes, I'll be there at 7:30. And she drew 2 girls with devils on their heads in the text message. They didn't see each other for 2 weeks. Margo walked towards him as usual without emotion. They had already discovered the truth and meticulously dotted the I's, as they said in Russia of the last century. He met her in the corridor of his 3-story townhouse with special warmth and tenderness, and even said that he missed her. Hugging her, he said how good it was that she came and gazed at her with unwavering focus. This even alarmed her. She gazed at him as well, feeling a bit tense. This is probably all feigned and insincere. This is part of his tricks, Casanova's methods. A thought flashed through the head. Margo offered a choice of 4 bars. He didn't even mind going, but then he said that he had already booked the bar restaurant Fog, and he could also use the bar there. Well, if that's the case, then yes. It was a fairly large restaurant, decorated in black with 3 huge crystal chandeliers. Margo had the feeling of Alice from Wonderland. It must be said that he lived in the epicenter of drinking intricate debauchery. Near the most entertaining street in a cluster of all kinds of bars, clubs and restaurants. On one of the famous streets of Melbourne Chapel, the Chapel Street. The Beau Monde part of the city, adjacent to the Russian district of St. Kilda, also home to the famous Furin Market and many boutique shops. Such an oasis of old believer buildings built a century or 2 ago. And 10 kilometers away there was a fairly modern street with buildings made of concrete, glass and metal. The whole evening they were drawn to philosophy. For some reason they discussed his dad, how he lived a mediocre life, ha ha, how good it is for women here in Australia, and that here they can date men much younger than themselves, but in America this is not the case. There people who are 50 years old are chosen to be younger. Then about his fortune teller, whom he often goes to, her services cost $100 per hour. She falls into a trance and gives out information and sometimes uses tarot cards. He claimed that she told the truth a lot, especially about work, finances, and deaths, but not particularly about relationships. For Margo, this was almost enough to get her interested. As soon as I can spend $100, I will definitely direct my steps to her, she decided. At the end of the evening, he completely took off the mask of a boy, disgusting Pashka Morozov, and said that he did not know where he was going and what he needed. Oops, Margo didn't expect this. She also noticed that when she offered to share her food, he did not refuse. She sawed off pieces from her plate for him. Margo felt some kind of vulnerability in him. Okay, let's take note, but let's not go into too much depth. After all, he can leave her at any moment, and if not, then their friendship will end anyway someday, when he finally wants to be more fertile and he replaces her with a younger childbearing model. In the meantime, we need to get out of it a trip to Dalesford, a tiny tourist town with mineral springs and beautiful landscapes. But the whole picture was spoiled by work in a massage parlor. It prevented them from meeting on Friday evenings or on weekends. There's nothing could be done, thought Margot. She must choose the money that the salon brings in, especially since this was her only income at the moment. The night was, as always, like a dance with sabers, or as they say here, like flying from chandeliers. But for some reason, she liked the passionate kiss and hug in the kitchen before taking a shower. His body shook with desire, great. The next morning it was buttoned up again. Margot shared her breakfast with him again. He ate